Yes, everyone, welcome back to the Red Divide. As always, joining me, my cousin, Mr. Liverpool. How are you, Ray?
Doing good. Had a good weekend so far. The sport has been phenomenal. How about you? How are you doing?
Yeah, doing okay. Another loss at Old Trafford. Yeah, not good. What are we going to say? It was, jeez, another one. It's becoming far too consistent. We lose more than we win, and we find ourselves back in 13th. That I know you're pretty happy about, and you already mentioned in our fantasy football group. So yeah, it's another bad news Sunday.
Well, you see, your players moved out from 13th. They got the team from what was it, 13th into 12th. And I guess they missed that spot so much that they decided you had to go back.
That's
That's so
one way to look at it.
fantastic.
That's one way to
That's
look at it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's they get out of their comfort zone for a week and they realize, oh no, we can't compete any positions higher than what we are, so we might as well just go back to what we know best.
look, the formation was pretty interesting. The tactics, seeing Kobe Mainu in a false nine. Wasn't sure how that would work out. And in the beginning, it looked great. You had a great attempt, hit the post, a bit of a deflection, but you hit the post, and we were lively. We were passing, real intricate passing. And I thought to myself, yeah, we actually look good. And for the majority of the first half, we pressed Crystal Palace. We pushed them back, and it was attempt after attempt. We had 6 or 7 corners to zero from Palace. It was non-stop United. We were almost camping in their half, but we couldn't put a shot on goal. It was ridiculous. We had shots, but we weren't putting them on target. So you're not going to score if you don't put them on target, and you're not going to win if you don't score. But yeah, it was a good. It looked like a really good first half, and then unfortunately we faded the tactics and people in the formation didn't quite work out. So yeah, second half, Palace came alive, and yeah, they were a little too much for us, a little more physical than I think we were, and they won the game. Unfortunately, Martinez, oof, rough injury. Looks like he's done his knee. Not sure what, but looks like he bends his knee sideways. That could be anything: ACL, PCL, who knows? I don't know if you saw him getting stretchered off, and when you looked to be crying while on the stretcher, you could see the agony in his face. The man was in pain, and I think he knew he's done something serious, which means there goes his season. That's done, and it's unfortunately one of our better defenders, as you commented on the previous podcast. He's contributed to quite a few goals lately, 3 or 4 goals. So we're going to miss that too. And as you saw today, we can't score. So we needed a little bit of contributions that he'd put in. We're losing that as well. It's just poor, man. Yeah, United not up to the task, and we pretty much have to focus on the cups. I think now use the Premier League games as practice and form, and focus on the FA Cup, which will either get us into Europa or win the Europa, and luckily somehow magically land up in the Champions League. That's the best hope we can ask for.
You can't even win at home. Now you're thinking of winning the Europa. Come on, man. Who
But
are you
let me help
kidding?
you
Yeah.
out there. Do you know the one team in Europe this season, out of Champions League and Europa League, that has gone unbeaten? One. There's only one team.
Yeah, who's that?
Take a wild guess. You're staring at them. You're
Oh
staring at
my
them. Take a
goodness.
wild guess.
They can't even win their home games in the Premier League. You know what I'm saying? How many home games have you guys lost this season? It's
Too many.
diabolical, man. It's
Far too many.
diabolical.
But think about it, guys. Normally, the team that wins the Champions League doesn't win the league. They don't do as well in the league as they went to in the Champions League or even Europa. Um, we did that under Jose Mourinho. We finished seventh, but we won the Europa. Champions League, a lot of teams will finish second or all the way down to sixth, but will win the Champions League. I can think of Chelsea a couple times. So yeah, you don't always, you can't always spread yourself that thinly and do well in all the competitions like United did by winning the treble. I had to throw that in there. But yeah, so whatever. If our style works in Europe, happy. Because obviously it doesn't work in England at the moment.
Well, you see, that's the thing. Like, you have to perform at such a high level in all competitions. those athletes are pushing their bodies to the max week in, week out. And it's completely different when you're playing the Champions League, where you're coming up against a team from Europe that doesn't necessarily press you like the Premier League teams do. And yeah, that's the thing, especially if you get a couple of injuries, your chances of winning both trophies are close to none. And Liverpool's testament to Liverpool last season, where we were fighting on all fronts and we only managed to win one trophy. So yeah, I get it. It's one of those things. But going back to what you're saying about Martinez, it's a huge loss for you. His form has been brilliant. He's been scoring goals, and he's one of the leaders on the pitch for you guys at the moment. And you're not only losing his form, but you're losing his presence. He's one of those players that grabs the rest of the team and shows them we are here for this reason. Lead by example. And yeah, I saw him with tears in his eyes. I think it was probably the pain. And not only the pain, just knowing that his season is over.
100%. But yeah, good point. He is one of the leaders, and we don't have many. So yeah.
The real reason why we're here is Liverpool, Bournemouth, Liverpool, right?
We just spoke about the reason we're
here. Yeah, the second reason why we're here is obviously highlighting Liverpool.
You said it. No, you said it. Highlighting Liverpool.
Highlighting Liverpool's win, staying on top of the log, boy. Man, what a game, eh? I can tell you what, I was really worried about that game. They've been in good form. What was it, 11 unbeaten? They smashed Forest last week. And yeah, a massive test, massive test. I always knew that game was going to come down to very fine margins. That it was a great game for the neutral. They were going at us and we were going at them. We needed a little bit of luck where they hit the crossbar, they hit the post, and Kluivert, he basically missed open goals.
He pulled a Nunes.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But I don't think Nunes would have missed from there. But yeah, it was a shocker, especially the form that Kluivert's been in. He's got so many goals in the past 3 games. I thought that was going to nestle in the back of the net.
I thought it was buried. I brought him into my fantasy team just because the man's been on fire. And then he misses that. I'm like, you kidding me? Dude, how did you miss that? But anyway.
Yeah, look, if he had scored that and had gone to 1-1, it could have been a different game. And, I knew that Liverpool were not going to control that game. I knew that Bournemouth weren't going to come with a low block and they were going to come at us. The intensity, if you look at the stats, Bournemouth are one of the teams that have the most intensity and the most kilometers in terms of running out of most of the Premier League teams. So I knew it was going to be tough, and it came down to fine margins. We needed a little bit of luck. We scored 2 goals. And top of the Premier League, my boy. Here we go. Now we just need to see what happens with the results. Arsenal against Man City. It's currently half-time. Hopefully Man City can get a goal and Arsenal drop some points.
Yeah, and as you said, you were fortunate. But besides Bournemouth missing a couple one-on-ones, the offside that was a bee sting.
That was so tight.
Kluivert's miss. Yeah, there were a few one-on-ones. There were so many chances for Bournemouth. They almost matched you in everything, all the stats. You just had a couple.
It's a really tight game.
They did. But they matched you, which is something to be said about Bournemouth's team versus Liverpool, who are top of the log. But all teams that go on to win the league need a bit of fortune here and there. It's not just that you're always the better team and you always kill teams. You sometimes need a bit of luck, and you got it. So yeah, as much as I hate to say it, I feel Bournemouth were their own worst enemies and they should have won that game. They didn't. You guys did. So unfortunately, it sets you guys up for a nice little run. I think you're 9 points clear or something silly now. And
correct.
The odds-on favourites to, unfortunately, win the Premier League for the 20th time, same as United.
100%.
Mm-hmm. That will maybe be the wake-up call United need, is you guys come draw level with us with Premier League titles. That'll be a disaster.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fantastic. I've been waiting for this for so many years, and you know it so well. You've tormented me most of our childhood, and finally we're in a position where we almost there, Marcus. Almost got the same amount of league titles as United.
Yeah, I don't know what we need. We need you guys to
miracles. We need miracles. So this feeling that you had, man, what a feeling. Bournemouth were going to go and turn us over. didn't happen.
Well, again, they should have. They had all the opportunities. They just didn't take them. And that's football, right? You don't take your chances. You only have yourselves to blame. But on paper, should have charged you boys. It's their own fault.
It was definitely an even game. That game could have gone any way. I think we were probably 50-50 matched. You know, it's the only difference is, like I said, the fine margins is we took the chances that came our way. We could have scored more. We had more opportunities. Didn't happen. Some good saves. But yeah, they fortunately for us and unfortunately for them, they were a little bit unlucky not to take their chances. But
Yeah,
I'm not complaining.
Just wasn't their day, and you guys were clinical. So yeah, is what it is. You guys got 9 points clear, and we're just waiting for that miracle, that little drop off.
I've seen other miracles happen, and it's not going to happen for you, Makas. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, likely not.
Well, always good chatting to you. Liverpool stay top of the log, and looking forward to the FA Cup fixtures.
Yeah, we got Leicester at home. Welcome back Van Nistelrooy. He hasn't been had the greatest of luck of late. Been on a losing streak. So unfortunately for him, I hope to add to that. But yeah, one of the better draws, because of course we knocked out Arsenal in the previous round. And yeah, at least we have a little bit of an easier draw to make sure we don't lose that, because that'll be a joke after beating Arsenal to go and lose to Leicester. But yeah, it should be great. And we go from there. You guys have who?
Well, we played the EFL Cup. It's the return leg at Anfield against Spurs.
You won by 1-0 down or something, right?
1-0 down from the first leg, and then we away to Plymouth Argyle for the FA Cup before the next Premier League. So we got 2 games before the next Premier League game against Everton. So yeah, we'll probably play our first team against Spurs to try and overturn that result. Probably play the reserve team players against Plymouth Argyle.
Yeah.
And then Everton away. You know, that's going to be a tough one. They found some form. You know, obviously David Moyes coming in. They've won the last 3 games. And again, it's the Merseyside derby, so their players will always be up for it, and that's going to be the next test.
Yeah, 100%. I hope that you wound Spurs, because we get Spurs as soon as we get back from the FA Cup. We play them in the Premier League. Spurs away. So yeah, make sure you tire them out. Maybe go to extra time, tire them out, and then we'll see them at the New Tottenham Stadium, the new White Hart Lane, and hopefully find some form, but not counting on it.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're too inconsistent at the moment. It's almost like picking a number out of a hat. You don't know what you're going to get on the day. So I think as a United supporter, just accept it. You guys are cuck this season. You need to try and rebuild with a new manager and try and get the players in that obviously suits his formation, and then write the season off and start again next season.
Yeah, look. So in other words, you're telling me to just feel like a Liverpool fan for a little while. Know that we should go from there, and then next season get back to being a United supporter and you know, challenge and be back in the race. I hear you.
It's been so long as a Man United supporter since you've been on top. You forgot what it's like. We've been on top for a long time. I know exactly what it's like. So yeah, maybe like I said, you know, you guys are not going to get anything positive. Maybe if you get some luck and you can win the Europa, I think it's a very slim chance. But yeah, your chances in the Premier League, maybe finish 10th, maybe 9th if you're lucky. If you find some consistency, 9 games to go. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we our best hope is definitely the cup games, as mentioned. That'll be our little route into Europe. So we're going to keep pushing there, play the strongest team we can in both cups, and until, you know, we get eliminated out of one, we know where to focus. So just keep going.
That's it. Well, on that note, good luck for your next game. I hope you lose, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.
Yeah, the feeling's mutual. See you later. Ciao.